Hey guys, out here working on the 65. I ended up getting the new carburetor in, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on and see if I can't drive this thing around the block. I am gonna put the fuel pump that was on it, I'm gonna put that back on it. I think I just wasn't getting enough prime from the tank before. The electric pump had a little more oomph to suck it up there, but it's got fresh fuel. I pumped everything out of the tank, put fresh in, put like a gallon of fresh in, pumped that out as well, and now it's got about 5 gallons of fresh premium in it. I got some new Gates fuel line I'm going to put on it, and there's a fuel filter in here as well I'm going to put in. So put the factory pump back in it, put all new lines. There's actually a steel line that comes in, so from here all the way to the carb is going to be brand new. I'll show you the carb I got. This is a factory reconditioned by Holley. They're like $229. Sometimes you can find them on eBay, sometimes you can get them on Summit. For some reason when I bought it they didn't show any for sale, but I went on Holley's website and they still had them. So this is the 600 CFM electric choke Street Warrior series. This is the exact same carb I put on the 60 with the 302. Ran real nice on that. Comes with your quick start guide. Comes with your refurbished factory warranty info. Comes with your manual, your gaskets, the studs that thread into the intake manifold, wiring for the electric choke. So basically everything that a brand new carb will have, but at like 2/3 the price of a new one. And most of the time these aren't ran on a vehicle very long. Like somebody will get it, they'll put it on, it's either the wrong size, not enough fuel, too much fuel, or they can't adjust it right. They're just not familiar with carburetors, so they just return it. And most of the time they have virtually no hours on them. That one looks just as clean and nice as the other one I put on the 60. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, put the new one down, and like I said, put all that new stuff in and hopefully take it for a spin. Alright guys, back here. Got the carb off. It does have a Edelbrock Torquer 2 302 intake manifold. Obviously the super low mileage on the rebuilt engine definitely looks to be true from the cleanliness of inside of there. I'm not going to throw the new studs in just because these are just fine. So set the carb on. Make sure everything's out of the way, and I'll tighten it down. I got the pump on, and I happen to have a spare oil filter for this, because that 302 I put in that 60 F250 with that big oil pressure sender sitting there. I actually ran the thinner oil filter, so I had an extra. But I'll tighten that up, put the fuel lines on, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, got everything tightened down. Get the fuel lines hooked up. I need to stick that back in. Alright. Vacuum lines are plugged and or used. I did crank it over a couple times with the key off, and it sucked a ton of fuel. So pump is working fine. Carb should be, let's see if I can get it. Focus. Oh yeah. Squirted some fuel in. Let's see how she goes. Let's see, the electric choke is hooked up. Alright, see what happens. Alright, for some reason, choke's open. So I just got this electric choke hooked up with a jumper wire right now because there's not one ran in from the cab. And for whatever reason, it should be closed. Yay, more choke problems. Alright, it pretty much fired right up. I just held that flap down. I'll need to check out what's going on with that electric choke. I might have had that power hooked up too long and that coil warmed up and opened the choke, so that's probably what it was. Well, yeah, I mean, it held that flap down for a couple of seconds, opened it up. It's a little high, but I'm going to let it warm up a little bit. It's probably, there's no tack on it. It's probably 1200 RPM right now. The exhaust is a little rattly. I think one of the hangers broke when I loaded it on the trailer. But that's all that sound is. So I think it's ready to take it for a drive.